All right, so today we're gonna take a tour through three very different, very popular Fort Lauderdale neighborhoods. And as we're walking around, we're gonna pass by three homes for sale in three different price points to see how far your dollar will take you out here. Let's see if Fort Lauderdale is all it's cracked up to be. So something that's kind of weird about Fort Lauderdale and just really South Florida in general is the way these homes are priced in these certain neighborhoods. So you can have two neighborhoods that literally border each other, similar style homes, but they have different names and the prices are completely different. That's just the way it is down here. Obviously, there's going to be reasons as to why certain neighborhoods are priced more than others, but I figured this was the best way that I can kind of give you a feel for the landscape and the different style of homes in different neighborhoods. And so we're about 2 minutes away from our first neighborhood, which is going to be the lowest price point one that we're going to take a look at today. And so I will see you out there. All right, so we are actually in our first neighborhood. We're at Middle River Terrace. So we are pretty much in the center of Fort Lauderdale. We're about 10 minutes from downtown. We're actually right halfway in between downtown and Wilton Manors. And the fact that it's centrally located makes it a great spot for Airbnbs. You have the best of both worlds being between both cities. And so we're taking a walk down the street. If you don't notice, there is no sidewalks here, and this is a common thing in Fort Lauderdale, South Florida in general, and it is what it is. But so we are taking a walk down here. I'm going to try to show you some of the landscape the best that I could. Some of these houses aren't actually kept up with as nice as they should be, so I'll try to avoid some of those. That's something that you have to deal with in these non-HOA communities, is just some homes people just don't care, unfortunately. But you can see the style of homes here. Very small. They probably range from like 1,400 to 2,000 square feet. And this is actually one of those neighborhoods that I was referring to that could be bordered by another neighborhood with similar homes, but the price point is completely different. So right next door to us, we have Poinsettia Heights. And yes, there is a difference. Poinsettia Heights does have a lot of waterfront homes, but the price point is drastically different, with Poinsettia Heights being much more expensive. So you'll often see homes like this in these neighborhoods, just very boxy looking, but you also do see a lot of homes that were nicely renovated. And so it looks like we're pulling up to the home that's for sale. This is cool because I'm like getting a workout in today doing all this walking. So we're pulling up to the first home that's for sale. You're gonna see me passing by it right here on my left. I will make sure to put better pictures on the screen so you could actually see what it looks like. But to give you an idea, we got a 3-bed, 2-bath, about 1,200 square feet, no pool, and we're sitting at about $685,000. So this type of neighborhood ranges really in the 6, maybe 5, depending on, if it's an older house, 500,000 to probably around 8 or so. And if I showed the clip or not, we are very close to Fort Lauderdale High School. We did just drive by it when I was on my way down here. So here is some of Middle River Terrace. And I got to switch arms because my arm's hurting. But you kind of get the feel. The cool thing about this neighborhood, and probably the most popular thing, is the affordability and the fact that it is so close to downtown and Wilton Manors. And so before we stop at the next neighborhood, My tour guide right there told me that there is this bakery coffee shop that I gotta stop at. I need some caffeine if I'm gonna keep doing this. So I'm gonna get back in the car and we'll meet you at the next neighborhood. All right, so we made a quick pit stop to get some coffee at Sts Bakery, which was 5 minutes from where we just were in Middle River Terrace. Really good spot. Highly recommend you check them out. And I don't know if I'm the only one who, when I buy coffee, I have to put it in my own thermos. I don't know if it tastes better or if it's just a weird habit, but if you do the same thing, let me know in the comments. But either way, we're in our second neighborhood, and before we get to walk in, I just wanted to remind you that I am a realtor here in Florida. I love making these videos, but I love even more to help you with your real estate needs. So that number and email that's popping up below, that's how you can get a hold of me. If there's anything I can do to help you, I'd love to hear from you. All right, so now that I'm all caffeinated and ready to go, we're in Imperial Point. And so this neighborhood is the furthest north that you can go in Fort Lauderdale, pretty much bordering Pompano Beach. So proximity to downtown is gonna be kind of far, maybe about 25 to 30 minutes. However, you are within 10 minutes of two different beaches, two really nice beaches, Lauderdale by the Sea and Pompano Beach. But it's a quiet neighborhood. A lot of single story Florida ranch style homes here. Used to be a lot of retirees, but we're starting to see more families move in here. And so we're pulling up on the house that's for sale right now. And as always, I'm gonna try to get you a good shot of it, throw some pictures up on the screen, but here we are. And so what we have here is a 4-bed plus a den, 2-bath, about 1,700 square feet, just under $1 million. So this is gonna kind of give you more of an idea of what the average price point in Fort Lauderdale looks like. But I'm gonna take you around the neighborhood a little bit, show you a little bit more. The only thing I really don't like about this neighborhood is there's not a ton of character here. A lot of the homes kind of just all have that same feel to them, that same South Florida ranch style, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. You just don't really get that charm like you would in some of the more southern neighborhoods. And even though this is a pretty old neighborhood, most of the homes were built in like the 60s and 70s. They were all kind of built to look the same. So very suburban, very community driven. It's got its own public library, and there's a hospital on the edge of the neighborhood. And you're within 5 to 10 minutes of I-95 and 5 minutes of 2 top-rated private schools, Westminster and Pinecrest, which is actually ranked number 6 in the entire state of Florida. All right, so we are in our third neighborhood. We're in Coral Ridge, and this is one of the most popular neighborhoods in all of Fort Lauderdale. This is quintessential East Fort Lauderdale. And so we're actually east of US 1, whereas the other two neighborhoods, we were west of US 1. And so east tends to be a little bit more desirable. More waterfront homes with ocean access. And because you're east of US 1, you have really good beach access to 2 different beaches. So if you live on the northern side of Coral Ridge, you can take Bayview to Oakland Park Boulevard. If you live on the south side, you can take Bayview to Sunrise. And so Coral Ridge is actually divided by Bayview Drive. And so east of Bayview is gonna be a majority of canal front homes with intercoastal access, while west of Bayview, where we are, is mostly dry lot. So very old neighborhood, if you can kind of get a feel for it, but there is a mixture of all different types of homes here. And so I think that's what really makes it so popular. Very tight-knit community here, no HOA, but I really think it's just the style of homes and the wide range of price points that's here. I mean, you can get homes in here starting around the 700s, but they go up to 15, 20 million for some intercoastal front properties. It's pretty crazy. And we are actually zoned in Coral Ridge for one of the top elementary schools in all of Fort Lauderdale. which is gonna be Bayview Elementary, which is right down the street from here. And so we're just walking around trying to get a feel for the scenery out here. And we're about to actually pull up to the home that's for sale. And so we are west of Bayview. So this is gonna be a dry lot home. Looks like they're doing some work inside there, but it is a brand new construction built in 2023. Let me get a better angle for you. Brand new construction built in 2023, 4-bed, 4-bath. Going for about 3.2 million. So, like I said, homes in this neighborhood, they're ranging up to 20 million. You saw what about 3.2 could get you on a dry lot. So take a look at some of these pictures of this home and let me know what you think. And one thing that I have to do, that I have to learn when I'm vlogging like this, is that I'm not working out here. I don't need to be power walking because I'm getting out of breath between holding my arm up with this camera. It's like a bicep workout. I'm trying to walk and talk at the same time. I mean, I thought I was in pretty good shape, but apparently this is proving otherwise.
We ran well over a mile.
Interesting turn of events. I actually just blew out a tire after leaving that last property. So I think this is probably the perfect time to end this video. And if you feel like you got any value from it, my number and email are on the screen. I'd love to hear from you. But until next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one.